And when you're producing beats, do you have an artist in mind usually, or do you like just kind of make it and then say, I'll send it out and see, who where it ends up,
It both ways. Sometimes if I get a call to work on a project, that is what it is. But in terms of like working and just having something in mind, that happens as well. Like, I'm thinking about, I want to do a so and so track, or I'm feeling kind of like this particular record inspired me. Let me see if I can catch that kind of groove on another record that I do, something that I work on. But it varies, man. It's not really all or nothing unless it's something that I'm doing for the artist. Like for instance, got a call. D Dot is working. I don't know if I should even say this, but working on a record for Black Rob. So of course he passed on, but this record, taking the vocals and different things. So I sent one thing off that they're working on for him now, but that was me thinking about D Dot. Actually, no, Black Rob. They actually sent me the vocals for that, and so and then Nashim and I are going to work on some things as well for that project too. I don't know where that project is right now in terms of their final decisions on all the cuts, but
okay, so something will be coming out with Black
yeah,
Rob.
I believe
That'd be
so.
interesting. I always liked Black Rob. He was real dope.
Oh yeah,
Like
great dude
like
too.
that life story. That's
Man.
classic, man.
Yeah, and a real cool dude, man. Like every time I met Black Rob, really nice, genuine dude. Just a real cool dude.
Can you think of any song that you where you made a beat and you had an artist in mind and it ended up going exactly to that artist?
That's so interesting. I'm trying to think of somebody outside of Monch, because of course with him, quite often I know sometimes I know sometimes he picks something that I didn't think about for him, but to have something in mind for someone and it goes to that person, I have to look at not offhand. I can't even think of anything
Okay, yeah.
specifically.
But you said sometimes Monch will pick something that you didn't think he would pick.
Yeah, quite often that happens. With the album PTSD, one of the songs, I listened to the album and I thought it was missing something. I thought it needed something, and I sent him. This is an example of the opposite of what you just said, actually. So I made this track for him because it was what that record needed, and it ended up being "Bad Motherfucker." That was a song that I made it specifically because I thought that the record was very cerebral, and I didn't. That "Bad Motherfucker" was his title. I actually wanted it to be called PTSD, Post-Traumatic Slave Disorder. I wanted the title, and I wanted him to talk about the disorder that Black people have based on the history of slavery. Right. Because the whole album was based on like mental health. So I thought that would be cool. He didn't do that. He made it more of a histrionic record, which is, when somebody has an inflated ego, I'm a bad motherfucker. So he took it in that direction, and the chorus was what it was. But that energy of that record was something I was like, this record needs some energy. This is what it needs. He's like, I could see why you say I need that. Okay, I'm gonna write to it. So he was in Australia at the time and wrote to it, and he sends back "Bad Motherfucker." I'm like, I wonder why he decided to go in that direction. But then when I heard, I was like, all right, that's cool. Let's do it.
Yeah.
But outside of I have to think on that. I'm sure there's something that way. It's just not hitting me right now.
Yeah, I guess because it probably just ends up where when you make a beat, you never know who's gonna gravitate to it. That's probably mostly what it is.
And most of the time, I'm working on stuff like just on vibe. The stuff you get, I get more calls for stuff like commercial and film. That stuff is a little different because it's a specific thing. Like working for artists, usually it's like,
Yeah.
what you got, and it's like, here, check this out,
Yeah.
and then it's something that's chosen from there.